Hey friends, what's going on everybody? It is your pal Keith here live in the control room of Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in England. And I've got the most insane piece of Pantera memorabilia on the planet. I've got no problem saying that, short of owning Dimebag's personal guitar, which ain't an option for anybody. This is number one. There's nothing like it in the world. It's the earliest example I can find. And before I show it to you, I'll show you. We're hanging out with Vinnie here. We've got some of their gear. This is Vinnie's signature snare from Pearl back in the day. One of Dime's old Washburns. One of his Dean guitars, his V. Radical designs that he's famous for. And he's hanging out with us here in the studio as well. Love this. I demanded I get this cutout of Dimebag from the UK Dean distributor when I saw it hanging out in their warehouse. I bought some special stuff from them and I said, this must come with it. So Dimebag lives at our studio forever now. That will never be sold. And we get little bits of memorabilia and gear, and we always have Pantera stuff here at the studio coming and going. Vinnie lives on the wall in the hallway, and Dimebag's usually up in the green room freaking people out when they first walk in. But this is crazy, guys. This is wild. This right here that we have is Vinnie Paul's personal snare head from the early 80s that he used for a very long time, as you can see. Many, many gigs and shows. Back when Pantera had their original singer, Terry Blaze, also known as Terry Lee. All right, these signatures are from the whole band. You've got Vinnie Paul. You've got Rex Brown, or Rex Rocker back then. And you've got Dimebag Darrell, which these are all early signatures. Pretty different than the ones you see later on in their career, and yet at the same time, instantly identifiable. For instance, the handwriting here, if you look at my signed Dimebag pedal, his signature pedal, that he signed on the box and on the pedal back in 2003 for a contest, unmistakable same handwriting. And what we think it says is obviously, we see what that says, but it's Dimebag Darrell Lance. Lance is his actual middle name. His real name is Darrell Lance Abbott. But again, you're talking about very early in their careers when they are still experimenting with their stage names and signatures. And let's look at the story that came with this. My name is John Hill. I live in Houston, Texas. I play drums for a living and have been doing so since 1982. I used to play at a club called Cardi's back in the early to mid 80s. Pantera was a fellow cover band that played Cardi's monthly for several years. I obtained this Pantera drumhead from Vinnie to put on our band's practice room wall. Vinnie and Darrell were great guys. I also obtained several drumheads from fellow bands that came through. You can also see that all of us bands didn't have a lot of money or endorsements. You can see how worn out and how much this drumhead was played on. I hope you enjoy it. It's very rare. Thanks, John Hill. Absolutely amazing. And this person had a lot of memorabilia from over the years from different bands that came through that club. And to have something that was owned and used regularly by Vinnie Paul. Clearly, this wasn't just used on one show. And then signed by the entire band in their first formation with their early stage names. This is just incredible. This is museum quality, rock and roll Hall of Fame quality, Hard Rock Cafe in the biggest cities in the world quality. There's just nothing like this. Certainly available for sale, but I've been a Pantera super fan for years and years and years and years. I've never seen anything like this, guys. I know the subscribers on this channel are going to get a huge kick out of this. And I bought it to share it with everybody. I wanted everyone to see it, see the story, and see what these signatures, early signatures, look like. We know now that half these guys are gone. They're not with us anymore. Dimebag was tragically murdered in a mass shooting at his own concert on stage in front of his brother, who had to live on with that memory. You talk about trauma, and who just recently passed a few months ago from coronary disease. Thankfully, in his sleep, peacefully. So these legends are no longer with us, and it is the gear, the stories, the memorabilia. That's how these guys live on, and then obviously through their legacy and their music. So this is a special, one-of-a-kind piece. It's going to hang up on the wall here in the studio. Like everything in life, I've got a bad habit, and everything goes up for sale. It's policy. Everything except the cutout. It ain't happening. But this is going to be a really special piece that I think, I'm hoping maybe a museum will buy, or a Hard Rock Cafe, or some bigger institution that can really share it with a lot more people on a regular basis. So we're going to put it up for sale. It's going to be on our Reverb store, our website, EssexRecordingStudios.com, and it's going to be on eBay here shortly. We're going to get this video published tonight, and then we're going to go get it online. It is going to be, just put on your seatbelt before you look at the price. It's going to be crazy money, guys. It's going to be insane, bananas money. I don't want to sell it. I've got no desire to sell it. But it could be a win-win situation where the sale of this piece of, huge piece of heavy metal history right here. One of the biggest, it's hard to own history. This is like owning a piece of heavy metal. But it could be a win-win situation where we get some decent change to help fund this studio, because this gear is crazy expensive, guys. And we don't charge what it costs when it comes to working with up and coming unsigned bands. We take a big hit on developing them, working with them, promoting them, and giving them a quality of recording and an experience that they otherwise would never be able to afford. And it is the gear sales that help fund that, guys. So it's going to be a crazy price, but don't get offended. And at the same time, whoever gets it is going to have something that will only appreciate in value, and will be something pretty tremendous and special to share with their friends, their family. If it's a business or an institution, their patrons. So very, very special. Rex Brown, Rex Rocker, Vinnie Paul, the man, Dimebag Darrell, and Terry Blaze, also known as Terry Lee, right before Phil Anselmo joined the lineup. Early days, Vinnie Paul's personal drumhead, used for many, many shows, many practices. Think about the stories that went on in the presence of this piece of kit. Stars were born in front of this thing. Absolutely wild, guys. I'm going to stop talking about it because I don't think there's enough wonderful and awesome things to say about this. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking it out. It's a real proud day for the studio to have something this cool to be able to share with you guys. And if you want to chat more about it, hit me up on Facebook. It's Essex Recording Studios. Or on Instagram, we're at Essex Recording Studios. If you want to tweet, we don't do a whole lot of tweeting, but we're at Essex Recording. You can get in touch with me anywhere there, or hit us up on the website and on Reverb. Cool, guys. Stick around. We got way more videos coming your way. Lots of cool guitars that just came in over the weekend. And you never know. Subscribe to the channel. You never know what your buddy Keith will pull out of the hat. We get cool stuff, very unique and unusual, from all over the world each and every day. All right, guys. I'm going to go. Stick around on the channel. You're going to see a lot more cool stuff. Bye.